So hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to understand the very interesting topic in C language that is called array. So before understanding the array, let's first understand what the problem it is solving and how it is solving those problems. So let's say I have given you a program where you have to add two numbers. So simply what you do, create a one variable and create another variable. Simply create third variable where you are doing the summation of these two, and then simply you are printing it or whatever doing based on the requirement, right? So here you see you need three different variables to work with this particular program. First, where you are storing the first variable, second in which you are storing the second value, and then third where you are actually storing the result of both of them, right? Let's say another program comes in where you have to let's say you have to store the marks of 10 students. So what you do, you create a, let's say everyone have marks 90, B, C, right? So like this you have to need to create 10 different variables in order to store the marks of 10 different students and then do the summation, right? So in order to do this operation you require 10 variables, right? And let's say, but it's quite less number because 10 it's not too much big. But what if I ask you to store 100 students, 1000 students? So this become too difficult to like create variables like this and storing the value in it. So in order to solve this problem, we have a concept of array. Let's first understand what exactly the array is. Array is a linear data structure that stores a fixed size uh, point. Like understand this particular line, it's a fixed size sequence of elements of the same data types in contiguous memory locations. Each element can be accessed directly using its index, which allow for efficient retrieval and modification. So what exactly the array is doing, like here what the problem is, in order to store the marks of the students, we are every time we are creating a new variable to store the next student details, right? But here we have a array which is of int type, right? And the property of array is that it can store multiple variables because it's sort of a it's kind of a data structure which store multiple variables, but the only thing is that it can only store the similar data types. If you are working with int, you can only store int. It is not possible like you are storing in float string, that doesn't work with it. And the second thing is that in order to access any particular element, let's say I ask you to access the fifth element, so you just do a simple arr of 5 and access that element, because we are using indexes. Here you see these are the indexes, and the array indexes is always start from 0, right? It's 0 indexes which indicate the first element, the second element, and the fourth element. And in order to access, we use their indices. So let's clarify it. 0 it is an indices, and if you want to get their it value, we just simply do this. It give me the value of this particular index, right? So this is the array. This is the concept of array, which is really helpful because in order to store 10 students information, 100,000, it's not, it doesn't make any sense to create 1,000 variables because they take more space, and it is not a, you can say it's a overhead, like you are not able to handle it, and it's not that good practice. Instead we use an array where we are creating a single variable which take a fixed size uh, sequence of space in memory. And in order to define the size, we define the size of the array at the compile time. And in C, how we actually define the array, so in C we simply do arr of 10. This indicates that we have an array of size 10. It is follow the exact same. In the array of size 10, we have an element from 0 to 9 because we are because the indexing are starting from 0, so that's the reason, like we have 10 elements with the 0 to 9 their indexes. So this is one of the way. And in order to iterate over arrays, we simply run a for loop where I is equal to 0, as I already tell, because arrays indexing has start from 0 and then the length of the array, right? after that, in order to access the element, let's call it I is %d and I is indices, and ARR of I is actually its value. So this is the way through which we can print the value of the array. So let's take an example of we can perform various operations on arrays. This is just like one of the simulation where I'm showing you how to actually work and what's the problem the array is solving. Because and you can create any type of array, like in this example I have created int. You can create char, you can create string, like it's up to you, but make sure to use this particular bracket. It's a square bracket whenever you're creating an array which indicates the array. And like this is one of the way to iterate. This is the way to define the size of the array compile time. And another way, you can directly assign the value like 1 2 3 4 5. This way we generally we use when we want to take input from the user. But if we have a predefined values, then we use this approach, right? So these are some of the things which every beginner should know, because array is really important data structure which you use in further topics, like when you get to know about data structure and algorithms. So yeah, that's it all about this video, and thanks for watching this video. If you like the video, please don't miss to subscribe the channel. Please like, comment and share your thoughts, and also comment down the topic which you want to learn about the C language or any other language. I would love to teach that also. Thanks for watching.